The remote cabin stood nestled deep within the heart of an ancient forest, beckoning me with promises of solitude and escape. With the hustle and bustle of life weighing heavily on my shoulders, the idea of a quiet weekend seemed like a dream. Little did I know that this retreat would soon become a waking nightmare I could never forget. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I marveled at the cabin's rustic charm. The air was thick with the scent of pine, and the crackling fireplace welcomed me like an old friend. It was a haven of tranquility, a place where the world's worries could be left behind. As nightfall descended, the cabin took on an eerie aura. Shadows danced along the walls, casting strange silhouettes that seemed to whisper secrets in the darkness. I convinced myself it was just my imagination, a trick of the flickering firelight. The first unsettling sign came when I stepped onto the porch to take in the night sky. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, and I noticed a figurine on the porch railing. It moved, just a fraction of an inch, as if nudged by an unseen hand. A shiver raced down my spine, but I brushed it off as a curious gust of wind. Inside, the aroma of a simple meal filled the air, but my appetite had waned. As I sat at the wooden table, a soft whisper wafted through the room, a chilling melody that made my skin prickle. I looked around, expecting to find the source, but the cabin remained still, as if holding its breath. Returning to the porch, I stared out into the night. The forest was a sea of shadows, the moonlight only partially illuminating the world beyond. My heart raced as I heard a faint rustling in the bushes nearby. Was it just a curious animal or something else entirely? The hours passed and sleep beckoned. I climbed into bed, the warmth of the covers a welcome embrace. But just as I drifted into slumber, a piercing scream ripped through the air. My eyes shot open, heart pounding in my chest. Moonlight filtered through the curtains, revealing the ghostly figure of a woman at the foot of my bed. Ghostly woman, whispering, "Help me." Fear clenched my chest as her voice seeped into my mind. Her presence was ethereal, her eyes filled with a sorrow that sent a pang of empathy through me. Before I could react, she dissipated into the shadows, leaving me alone with a haunting memory. Torn between curiosity and terror, I ventured into the living room. The fireplace crackled, casting an eerie glow on the walls. The air seemed charged, and I knew I wasn't alone. I called out, my voice trembling, "Is anyone there?" A whisper carried through the room, chilling me to the bone. The cabin seemed to hold secrets, its walls echoing with the past. With cautious steps, I made my way to the bedroom, the moonlight guiding my way. As I reached the bedroom, images flickered before my eyes, a scene from the past. A woman stood by the fireplace, her face etched with despair. Clutched in her trembling hands was a letter, its words laden with heartache. The pieces of a haunting puzzle began to fit together. Returning to the living room, I realized what I had to do. Guided by an unexplainable force, I journeyed into the woods, the trees whispering their ancient secrets. I stumbled upon a grave, its moss-covered stone bearing the name Isabella. I read the letter aloud, the wind carrying my words into the night. The air shimmered with a soft light, and Isabella's ghostly form materialized before me. Isabella, whispering, "Thank you." Her voice was a mix of gratitude and sadness as her form gradually faded, leaving the woods in an eerie calm. A sense of closure washed over me. The burden of Isabella's sorrow lifted. Morning broke, casting a warm glow over the cabin. The once haunted retreat now felt peaceful, its walls holding the memory of a woman's pain and redemption. As I packed my bags, I felt a connection to Isabella, a guardian of her story. Leaving the cabin behind, I carried Isabella's tale with me, a reminder that even in the darkness there is room for healing. And as I ventured back into the world, I couldn't help but wonder what other secrets the woods held, waiting to be unveiled by those who dared to listen to their whispers.